Welcome to Trivia Fight Night. This is your weekly battle of the wits, pitting host Billy Hoffman against various guests of intellectual ability in a 5-round trivia face-off. 2 fighters will enter the ring and 1 will emerge victorious. Will the fight end in a judge's decision, TKO, or the dreaded knockout? Now, let's step in, square up, touch gloves, and have a clean fight, because this is Trivia Fight Night! Hello and welcome to another episode of Trivia Fight Night. I'm your host, Billy Hoffman, and on today's show, I have a challenger who's not only a published author, who's not only an accomplished podcaster, who's not only a husband and father, it's also his friggin' birthday. Nick Viau, what is going on, birthday boy?
Wow, not much, man. That is quite the intro you gave me, Billy. I like how you ended with the father and husband.
Well, I always save the best for last, because even in my promos, I always say, and most importantly, husband and father of 2.
Well, I am pumped to be on the show today, man. It's a lot better than working, that's for sure.
Yeah, I know you took the day off for your birthday, huh?
Yeah, kind of slow, and we're just having a day. You know, I got to hunt this morning. That's real slow. There's nothing in the woods after rifle season right now, but I wanted to go sit in the woods for a while, and otherwise I've just been bumming around Christmas shopping. Hey,
not a terrible way to spend your day, but you know, I mentioned you're an author and a podcaster. We know each other, obviously, because we're both authors, we're both podcasters, we're both fathers, we're both really involved in the world of archery. Tell me a little bit about yourself, man.
I don't even know where to start, man. I actually go over a lot of that in my book, Life in Longbows. But I kind of got into archery a little bit different than a lot of other people did. I didn't get into archery and hunting until I was like 27 years old. And I got into it because I read a Green Arrow comic book by Mike Grell that mentioned Howard Hill. And at the time, I just wanted a stress release, and I ended up buying a bow a couple weeks later, and that sprung me into this whole new world and this huge community. And eventually, that got me into bow hunting because I wasn't big on the target archery scene. That got me back into the woods because I hadn't really been into the woods since I was a kid in northern Michigan. I grew up in the woods, but I was never really a big hunter. Didn't really see the point of it when you could get everything at the store, but. And everybody I knew that hunted didn't hunt the way I wanted to hunt. So when I found out there was this whole new way of hunting, or not new old way of hunting to me, I just dove into it.
I couldn't agree more. I started in the woods a little bit, younger than you, being brought up in the family. But when I made the switch to traditional bow hunter, everything just became fun again. So I know exactly what you're talking about. And you mentioned your book, Life in Longbows. Guys, I've read this book. I'm in the book a little bit. So I think my fans will absolutely love it. It's Life in Longbows. You can pick it up on Amazon. Ebook and print copies are available there, right?
Yep, ebook and print copies. And if you buy both of them, you get the combo.
Right.
You can get a combo. Now, if you want a signed copy, you can still go to lifeinlongbows.com and get a signed copy. I've got a few of those left yet. I'll have to order more soon, but I still have like 20 copies of the first printing. And I'd be happy to get that out for you. It's $14.99.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So
kind of neat. You get the first run.
People need to head right over to Life in Longbows. Guys, this is just a great book. And tell us a little bit about your podcast, because obviously my fans are listening to a podcast, so they're hip on the technology and how to do so. So tell us what you got going on over there with your partner, Steve.
Well, yeah, that's actually kind of funny because our audience really was not at first.
No, not really. Not at all.
No, but you know what? We've converted a lot of people over to it, over to the platform. But Steve and I have a podcast called the Traditional Outdoor Podcast. And when we started it, I'd wanted to do a podcast for a while, and Steve wasn't really on board with it. And then I was doing a music podcast for a while with a couple other people. And then I'm like, Steve, you sure you don't want to do this? And he kind of got the bug, and we didn't really know if it would stick, but we started doing it, and he just ran with it, and due to time constraints, I just said, okay, I just want to be the co-host. And the show was really cool. Like we thought we wanted to be just a traditional bow hunting podcast. And then we got to thinking about it, and we were like, there's already a lot of those. We want to leave this wide open, and you can do a lot of traditional things in the wilderness. So we like fly fishing, like hiking, like primitive camping, upland hunting, all kinds of stuff. So we said, why limit ourselves? So the show is kind of seasonal. Right now we're mainly doing hunting stuff, but that's going to turn into like more of the small game stuff and getting back into the fishing and stuff like that. But we have all kinds of great guests, and sometimes we just have campfire chats, and we're having a lot of fun with it, and we're meeting a lot of really cool people, and that's been the best part of it so far.
Absolutely. No, that's awesome, guys. Head on over to lifeandlongbows.com, also the Traditional Outdoors podcast. I tell you what, I'm ready to get my butt whooped into some trivia. Not only is Nick a big dude, but he's a very smart dude, so we're going to see how this plays out tonight in this game. Hey, Nick, we're going to kick it over to the rules announcement real quick, and when we get back from that, it's time for round one. Here's the rules for Trivia Fight Night. Rounds 1 and 2 will consist of each fighter battling 3 questions. In these early rounds, the fighters will be given the choice of 2 answers and must choose wisely. Rounds 3 and 4 feature each fighter taking on 5 questions from their opponent, where they must use their wit to survive. The 5th round is our knockout round. This is the final round where each fighter is allowed to wager any or all of their available points and able to secure their championship dreams. If a player enters the knockout round with 0 points, the knockout round is worth 10 points. Now, let's get ready to... We can't go any farther than that because of copyright. Trivia Fight Night! All right, man. Your first question comes in the category of movies. In the film series Indiana Jones, Indiana chooses the name Indiana in honor of his dog, but what is his character's real first name? Is it Henry or Charles?
It's Henry.
Oh, jumping out with a big uppercut right
Henry Jones Jr.
Oh, he got it right. All right. See, you're doing just great. Now I'm getting worried because I didn't know that before I started researching.
You're gonna have to come at me harder than that, Hoffman.
All right. Ooh, he's talking smack, y'all. All right. Let's see how good he is. He's drawing blood here, so we'll give him a blood question. Question number 2 comes in the category of medicine. Which of these blood types is considered to be a universal donor? O positive or O negative?
O negative.
2 for 2, rocking 20 points here, man. Now that one sounded more like a question than an answer.
Well, my wife is one of those, and I think it's the rare one, so I went with O negative.
I like to say I'm IB positive. IB positive. I don't like getting my blood drawn. All right. He's 2 for 2, rocking 20 points in this round 1. We're going to go on to mythology. I don't know your genetic background, but if you happen to be Norse, you might know that in Norse mythology, Odin traded his eye for what? The ability to control wind and water, or all-powerful wisdom?
Oh, man. I'm going to go for all-powerful wisdom.
2 games in a row where my challenger has gone 3 for 3 in round 1. You're rocking 30 points at the end of the round, and we didn't even break into your power categories yet. I'm starting to get a little nervous, but we'll jump into round 2, and you will hit me. So let's see how I match up against you.
Okay. Well, Billy, I was so confident that I was just going to smoke you in this podcast.
Oh, really?
Yes, that I put all of the questions in your power categories.
So you did that out of confidence, or you did that out of inability to read the rules?
I did that out of confidence, as far as everybody knows.
Okay, we'll go with that.
No, I did not read the rules very well.
I'll tell you what.
But these aren't easy either.
No, but since they're my power categories, I'm either going to look really silly or this is going to be a great game for me, so I'll allow it.
I had a lot of fun looking them up, so let's roll.
All right. So round 2, question 1.
Okay, question 1. I don't know if this could be easy or not. All right. Before Mickey Mouse, this is Disney, obviously, which of the 7 dwarfs was suggested to be in The Sorcerer's Apprentice in Fantasia? I'll read it again. Before Mickey Mouse, which of the 7 dwarfs was suggested to be the Sorcerer's Apprentice in Fantasia? Was it A, Dopey, B, Sleepy, C, Angry?
All right. Well, considering this round is only supposed to be 50-50, you gave me 3, but I knew it before you started. I believe it's Dopey.
Yep, you were right.
All right.
Sorry about that.
No worries. You were just so confident that you're going to give me 3 choices.
Uh-huh. This is okay. I'll get a 50-50 one this time for you.
All right.
Alrighty here. Okay, true or false? Disney's parks span over 60 square miles.
Worldwide or Disney World or
Disney World.
60 square miles? Well, if you count the that's really good because it could be like 61. So over 60 is the question, correct?
Yep.
That seems like a lot because they're not as big as you think they are when you're in them walking around. But I'm guessing when you research that, they were talking about all the hotels and the resorts. And so I'm going to say there's a lot more numbers above 60 than there is below it. So I'm going to say true. It's above 60 square miles.
The answer is false.
Is it? Okay.
It's below 60. It's actually 50.
50, yeah. So, but think about that, though. 50 friggin' square miles.
That's
is just,
huge.
It's so big. Yeah, so they must have been considering, like, all the resorts and all that. Because I think, like, Magic Kingdom, where I used to work, it's not a mile. I think it's like a 1.2 miles to walk around it. So, you know, if you square that off, it's not that much. But the parking lots alone are gigantors. So,
oh yeah, when I got lost at a conference, the Carnegie conference, I could tell you that it's quite large.
All right. Question 3 of round 1.
Okay, here. Which one do I want to hit you with? We're going to go with the archery category here for this one.
Okay.
All right. True or false? An arrow with helical fletching is better for long distance shooting.
Well, it's spinning. That's what the helical does. So it spins it. And rifles are used for long range shooting. And rifles are grooved barrels that spin the bullet. So I would think that the spinning would help in long range. So I'm going to say true.
The answer is false.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yes. Offset fletching is better for long distance shooting. The helical, if you have a helical arrow, it will come out of paradox quicker at the beginning, but it actually creates drag in the end. So it's false. Offset fletching. If you the 3D shooters always shoot offset fletching.
I guess,
or parallel fletching or whatever.
I guess Now that you mention it, when I make mine, I guess use the right wing clamp. I don't know, but I don't shoot that long range, so.
I actually, you know what? I don't even know this, but do compound arrows come in helical fletching?
No.
I think compounds are all offset.
Yeah, if like you buy the pre-made ones, yeah.
Yeah, so you can shoot further or whatever. Yeah,
I just think
I thought that was interesting.
Easier to glue the vanes on too.
It might. Oh, it definitely is that. Yeah, because those multi Fletchers, the ones that do it really, really quick at the shops, those are all just straights.
All right, cool.
Done.
Well, that gets us out of round 1 and round 2. And before we jump into round 3, I've got a Patreon subscriber to thank, and that is Daniel Steele of WLLP Spock Rock Radio. Thank you very much for stepping into the Patreon category of ringside seats. Guys, I couldn't do this show without Patreon. It's been a huge help. I'm really excited to build a community over there. If you're unfamiliar with Patreon and what exactly it is, it's basically an online way for you to support creators of all kinds. I'm a creator, Nick's a creator, and for a small little donation that comes out every month, you get extra access to different things. For example, bonus episodes, giveaways, merchandise, all little things that help creators like me survive. And Daniel Steele of WLLP Spock Rock Radio has got a great little radio station here in Michigan. You guys should check it out. Just Google Spock Rock Radio. It'll come right up. Great guy too. Happens to be my wife's uncle, but still, very good trivia player as well. So we're going to get him on for a show. But if you're more interested in that, head over to our website, which is triviafightnight.com, and click on the support me via Patreon, and it'll take you, and you can see all the levels and all the different rewards you get at each level. And with that being said, we're going to hop into round 3. My question for you, Nick, here we go, is in instruments. And it is, this musical instrument company that is still in business today was founded in 1623 by an Armenian alchemist who was combining various metals in an attempt to create gold when he discovered his accidental invention.
Whoa, you dug deep there. You're gonna have to repeat that one, man.
Yeah, it's a little dense, but there's a lot of good information in there.
Oh yeah.
This musical instrument company that is still in business today was founded in 1623 by an Armenian alchemist who was combining various metals in an attempt to create gold when he discovered his accidental invention.
Oh man, this sounds like steel-bodied resonator guitars. Jeez. I'm gonna have to go with National Reciphonics.
Well, I've never heard of that company, so it's not the right answer. But I was amazed that this company was started in 1623 and is still, I mean, that's a long history. And when you think about it, he was using metal to try to create gold. So what's an instrument that kind of looks goldish? It's Zildjian cymbals, the cymbal company.
Oh man, I was totally, I was stuck in guitar land. That makes total sense.
Yeah, that's just crazy that, you know, that the companies survived for that long, you know, based on an accident, and they're still I mean, there's no professional musicians that use anything but their company.
And you said Armenian too. I should have, an alchemist. Oh, I can't believe I didn't put 2 and 2 together for symbols on that one.
Yeah, like I said, it was a long question, but there was a lot in there. But no worries.
That's some good trivia though, right there. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's crazy. But all right, we're gonna hop into question 2 here, which comes in the category of monuments. What date is inscribed on the tablet held by the Statue of Liberty? I need the month, the day, and the year.
Oh, man. I feel terrible for not knowing this.
And I'm proud to be an American.
I am, but apparently terrible at history. I want to say the year is 1776. I'm just going to go July 4th, 1776, because I'm blanking.
Well, you're blanking. Got you 10 points, man.
All right.
Yeah.
I should know. It should have been easier than it was.
Well, you know, you got to work, because obviously it didn't come into play until much later than that. And it was a gift from the French, so you didn't know if those Frenchies did something else with it. You know?
I'm French. What do the French know?
Right.
You could have screwed that date all up, put it all on there wrong. Could have been already built, and they just gave it to us.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, they do have one over there, too. So there is 2 of them.
Yeah. That's good.
Excuse me? Okay. All right, next we're going to hop into one of your power categories, which is Magic the Gathering, which here's the thing, guys. When we have a guest on, and I know nothing about their power category, it may be super deep pull or it may be super easy. It's a long question, but there's two possible answers, so I'll accept either one. As Magic has expanded across the globe, its artwork has had to change for its international audiences. Artwork has been edited or given alternate art to comply with government standards. For example, the portrayal of what type of artwork is prohibited by the Chinese government?
Oh, man, that's a good one.
Yeah, so if you're playing Magic with a Chinese set, you're not going to have this type of artwork in your cards.
This type of artwork in your cards?
Well, I'm more so looking for not like an art style, like I don't know how to say it without like a certain item or type of character.
Okay, I get you.
Like say that they didn't like Chinese made Mountain Dew illegal, so you wouldn't see any Mountain Dew on the card. I guess that's what I'm looking for.
Oh, okay. Oh, man. Because I know there's a lot of, there's you can buy Japanese cards, you can buy Italian cards, you can buy, the game is international. There's Grand Prix all over the place, and there's worlds, and I have a lot of cards that are overseas cards, but I've never really thought about how the art would be any different.
Right.
Especially in the staples and whatnot. Jeez. What would this be? What would this be? Oh man, you went deep on this one. Oh. If I say this is just going to be wrong, I know it is.
Well, give me your wrong answer.
I was going to say pentagrams.
Okay. Is that your answer?
That's my answer, because I honestly can't think of anything else.
It's not a terrible answer when you consider how strict the Chinese are about certain things, and pentagrams might be something that would trip them up. So I think that's a really good answer. It's not the correct answer. The correct answer is skeletons or portrayals of the undead.
I would never have got that. But that is interesting, really.
Yeah, apparently they're not cool with zombies over there in their Magic cards.
Zombie's a major character type in Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, they must have changed it over to something. I don't know. But yeah, so when I was doing research for that was what I said, well, that's kind of a cool fact. So, and again,
I've never. Go ahead.
I guess I had my depth of research into Magic the Gathering considered one Wikipedia page. So,
no, that was really good. The thing, there's been skeletons and zombies are really popular.
Oh, okay.
I'm wondering, it's its own thing. I'm wondering if, I don't know if I've ever actually seen Chinese cards. I've seen Japanese cards. I don't know if it's any different there, but interesting. Well, I learned something.
All right.
That's a good question.
Well, we're going to step into question 4 now in this round, and we're going to jump into the kitchen. So, what am I making if I combine these ingredients? Garlic, lemon juice, Worcestershire sauce, mayo, Parmesan cheese, salt, pepper, and anchovy paste. And I can give them to you again if you need them.
Yeah, you're going to have to.
Okay. Garlic, lemon juice, Worcestershire sauce, mayo, Parmesan cheese, salt, pepper, and anchovy paste. What am I making?
Dude, I'm going tartar sauce.
Going tartar sauce. Well, tartar sauce is not known for having anchovy paste in it. But what is known for having anchovy paste, and most people don't realize they're eating anchovies because that's the signature flavor of a Caesar salad dressing.
Oh, okay.
So when you get that salty bite in Caesar salad dressing, people like, they don't realize that flavor is where the anchovies come into play.
I hate Caesar salads. I did not know that, though. I wonder if my wife does.
Probably not.
She likes Caesar salads.
All right. Your last question of the round is in your power category, which is blues. Again, another thing, well, everyone knows a little bit about the blues, but, I was looking up famous blues artists, and I came across this person, and I thought I'd ask a question. Known as the King of the 12-string, this blues legend was discovered while in jail for a murder conviction. He was pardoned by the governor of Kentucky after writing him a personal song.
I know it. Is it a two-parter or what is it?
The guy has a first and a last name. You can provide just the last name.
Oh no, it's Lead Belly.
Oh, then you got the answer right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was I thought this was a two-part question or an A or a B or whatever.
Oh, no. Just the last question of the round is Lead Belly. So, pretty famous. The guy has a pretty cool backstory.
Oh yeah, he's super haunting. If you haven't heard Lead Belly's music, well, one of his songs is made famous by Kurt Cobain, in the Pines, on Nirvana Unplugged.
Oh, okay.
That's a Lead Belly song, and he talks about it. But Lead Belly, he played 12 strings because they were really loud instrument before resonators came out. Resonators guitars have the cone in them that project and are louder. But the 12 strings got that real haunting, loud, sound that's good for Delta blues performers like Lead Belly because he could project without being amplified and be heard, whether playing on the street or in, juke places or whatever. Mm-hmm. So, real cool guy. Lead Belly's got some great music if you like that kind of thing.
All right, very cool. Well, that ends this round, and you are sitting with 50 points going into the knockout round, but we got to see where I wind up. I coming into this round with 10, so give me your 5 questions. Let's see how I do.
Okay, now again, these are in your power categories, but I did pretty good with your power categories before.
Yeah, I know. I only went 1 for 3, so.
Yeah, but here's the thing about power categories, man. Like, for one, you don't know how much you actually know compared to what somebody who doesn't know anything about it can dig for. Yeah,
and it's not, and it's not always like what you know. Sometimes it's more like what you enjoy. So
exactly. So this is a fun one here. Well, these are all fun, but my first one is a true or false, and it's a Disney. Liberty Square is the only attraction in Disney that doesn't have a restroom. True or false?
Well, Liberty Square is not an attraction. It's an area.
Okay, I'll say area then.
Okay.
I added attraction.
Okay, all right. I was saying there's a lot of there's attractions.
I see Disney as an attraction, period.
Right.
So
I get it. Okay, so let me think. When you're walking up to Liberty Square, it's on the back side of the flying carpets. To the right, there's Country Bear Jamboree. Right across, there's the Harbor House restaurant. There's a bathroom inside the restaurant, but it's not really a. There's the Hall of Presidents. There's that spot where they do the Muppet Show. I don't remember a public bathroom being there, so I'm gonna go ahead and say true.
Yep, that's correct. Liberty Square doesn't have one, and do you know why Liberty Square doesn't have one?
If I don't know the fact of it. If I had to guess, is because of theming, and there wasn't a bunch of public bathrooms in early American revolutionary type downtowns. No,
you're correct, man.
Is it okay?
Oh, you're totally correct, and I know this because we had like a conference party there, and I'd been doing a little drinking, and I could not find a bathroom. So they don't have one there, and I looked it up later and found out why. Right. But it's really kind of cool that they didn't do that.
Yeah, they there's a bunch of there's a lot of Disney stuff that just is crazy that they do and don't do, and I know there's a lot of rules that we had to go through and the reason behind them, but I'm not going to spew them all out for people right now. Mostly because there'll be good trivia questions later. But so okay,
it's a rabbit hole of trivia that place is.
Yeah. All right,
so, cool. Okay. So this is a 2-part question, or not a 2-parter, but it's not a true or false. It's an A or B. Which famous Disney World attraction is rumored to be haunted by a ghost named George? A, Pirates of the Caribbean, or B, the Hall of the Presidents?
I don't know this. And had you not given me the two options, I probably would have said the Haunted Mansion for obvious reasons. Okay, so Hall of Presidents, if it was George, I mean, obviously... Wait, did it just become haunted because of George Bush? Like...
Wow. Too soon, bro.
Sorry. Is this a recent haunting? I don't like broccoli.
It's got a good story behind it.
Yeah. I'm going to say Pirates, and this is why I'm going to say Pirates. It breaks down all the time, and it's got a lot of downtime. It's a pain in the butt for people that work there. And I'm saying, like, maybe because when it breaks down and it's not working, that they just say, oh, George is doing what George is doing. So I'm going to go with Pirates.
You are correct. It is George is a ghost that haunts Pirates of the Caribbean, and he was one of the Imagineers and died while making it.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah, so actually when they close up the ride every night, they tell George goodnight.
I didn't know any of that. So that's that was a good poll. So all right. 2 for 2.
2 for 2. Okay. We're gonna switch over to archery here. And I'll ask you, okay, if you are a right-handed shooter and your arrows are consistently hitting to the right of the target, your arrows are to blank.
Okay. So, I think right-handed shooter and arrows hitting right. I'm going back to my bear shaft tuning brain. That's the back end of the arrow. Your arrows are to... I'm going to say your arrows are too weakly spined.
You are correct.
Okay.
Your arrows are too weak. They're going way past paradox.
I had to think about that because I usually, when I bear shaft tune my arrows, I usually go based on the knock position, not the point. So I was thinking, okay, the knock's pointing to the left. That means it's just how you think about it in your own head. You know, there's more than one way to skin a cat, you know, but based on how you asked the question, I had to go for that. So, all right, mm-hmm. I got one right that wasn't a true or false or either other. So I filled in a blank. So let's go on to question number 4.
Gotcha. Okay, this is another true and false. All right. After authoring Hunting the Hard Way, Howard Hill went on to study arrow lethality and founded the 12 steps of arrow penetration. True or false?
No, that's that's the other doctor guy. It's not Howard Hill. He was more of like the expedition shooter. So, and maybe I'll just look like a total boob if he did write it, but I'm trying to think that it's not Dr. James Kroll. Okay, I'm going to say false.
Yep, you're correct. False. It's Ed Ashby.
Ed Ashby, yeah. And he has a doctorate, right? So is it Dr. Ed Ashby?
Yep, Dr. Ed Ashby. Yep, he did the 12 steps of arrow lethality or arrow penetration. Hey, nice job, man. There you go. Okay, this one might be a little tough for you. Ishi, this is archery. Ishi, the last wild Indian, had a tremendous impact on this famous archer who went on to write a book called Hunting with the Bow and Arrow.
Ishi. Okay. Who wrote Hunting with the Bow and Arrow? Can you read the question one more time?
Yep. Ishi, the last wild Indian, had a tremendous impact on this famous archer who went on to write a book called Hunting with the Bow and Arrow.
All right. So you say the last wild Indian. I'm trying to wonder if that's like is that like a stage name, or were we so offensive that we didn't care about things that time that we?
No, actually, I can give you that, Billy, because of Ishi was the last Yahi Indian.
Okay,
and he was like, his tribe was pretty much gone, so Ishi had emerged and influenced this famous archer greatly.
All right.
For hunting.
I'm not going to drag this out because I don't know the answer, but I how do I not just throw out Fredbear?
False.
Okay.
Saxton Pope.
Saxton Pope. Yep. From the
Saxton Pope and Arthur Young, but it was Saxton Pope.
Yep. From the Pope and Young Club. So, all right. Well, that makes things pretty interesting going into the knockout round, sir, because we are tied 50-50. So it's going to be pretty interesting here. Now, because we are tied 50-50 going into the knockout round is a random trivia question that I pull off of randomtriviagenerator.com. Basically, because you're the challenger, you get to you can go ahead and pick the category in arts, history, science, geography, general, or entertainment. So you pick the category, we make our wagers. You can wager up to and all of your points, and then we ask the question. So, what category would you like? Arts, history, science, geography, general, or entertainment?
I'm trying to get in your head now. I'm wondering what you're good at. What don't you do, though?
That's a really good question. I don't do math. That's why I write into the rules. No
I don't do math either.
I'm like, no math questions.
I'm going to have to go with entertainment, man.
All right. So entertainment. So go ahead and you have 50 points to play with. Go ahead and write down your wager.
You're probably going to bet it all, aren't you? Yeah, all right. I got it.
See, I think as I do more and more of these episodes, people are going to pick up on what my betting strategy is. So I'm going to have to change it up over time, you know, but we won't reveal our wagers until the very end. Did you write yours down?
Yeah, well, I typed it on my computer. Do I need to write?
No, that's perfectly fine.
All right, cool.
All right, here's your question. Hold on, let me pull up random trivia generator here. In entertainment, what was Marlon Brando's screen name in The Godfather? What was Marlon Brando's screen name in The Godfather?
Oh, it's right there. It is right there. Screen name. Vito Corleone.
Okay. Is that your final answer? Because I wrote down the exact same thing.
Yes.
All right. So we both entered the knockout round with 50 points. We both answered Vito Corleone or Corleone. Let's click it just to make sure that it's correct. That is correct. The flashcard flipped over. Vito Corleone or Corleone or spelling doesn't count. So we both got it right. So, dude, it's going to come down to wagers. You're the guest. What did you wager?
25.
Oh, Nick Viau wagers 25. Add that to his 50. He ends the game with 75 points. And I wagered enough to remain and hold the championship belt with 49. I wagered 49, thinking if I got it wrong, I would have 1. And if you bet the house and got it wrong, you would have 0 to give me a 1-point victory. But it didn't matter. I end up with 99 points. So,
I knew you were going to do that too. I'm thinking I should just ride or die, do it.
With a score of
conservative.
Entertainment's like pretty strong for me. So I was like,
I knew it was too.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'm like, all the random trivia categories I'm pretty good at. But I say entertainment and like, I like science, but there's a lot of science I don't know. So, but yeah, with 99 to 75, your host, Billy Hoffman, retains his trivia fight night championship. That was a lot of fun, dude. Thanks a lot for coming on.
Yeah, I had a blast doing this. I'd do it again.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, get you back on, have you read the rules a little bit.
No, you should, because I totally bricked on the rules. I cannot believe I did not pick up on all that.
Well, you made it a little bit easier for me, but after all, it is your birthday. So with that, I'm going to remind people that we are here every week. Make sure you subscribe to the show. It's a lot of fun doing this. Nick, I really appreciate you coming on to challenge me. And we talked about Patreon earlier. Nick and I are actually going to do an all outdoors themed episode for the Patreon subscribers. So if you guys want to hear another episode where we are talking about the great outdoors, not only archery, but it could be hunting, fishing, parking, camping, whatever, that's going to be one of our themed episodes right over there on the Patreon feed. Head over there right now and you can listen to that. So Nick, again, check out him, lifeandlongbows.com, as well as the Traditional Outdoors podcast. I'll give you a rematch anytime, brother.
All right. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, perfect. Sounds good. This has been Trivia Fight Night. This has been Trivia Fight Night. If you are a trivia fighter yourself, or interested in bonus shows, extra content, and merchandise, please make sure to visit our website, triviafightnight.com. Also, make sure to leave a review of the show with your favorite podcast listening service. Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoyed the fight. We'll be back next time for another round of Trivia Fight Night.
Hey, really quick, Billy, you can edit this out if it's...
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but was I supposed to have normal trivia questions, or do I hit your power categories?
So out of the 8 questions, 2 of them have to be power categories.
I just did 8 questions that were all power categories. Is that okay?
Yep.
Or should I just give you, or should I just make up, I don't want to take time to go find questions, dude.
No, we'll just roll with it.
Or I could do the outdoors ones and we could do the outdoor one later.
No, just say I was so confident in my ability to knock you out, I put all the questions in your power categories.
Okay. I'll just lead out with that then.
Okay.
All right, in just a second. Well, Billy, I was so confident that I was just going to smoke you in this podcast.
Really?
Yes, that I put all of the questions in your power categories.